What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. Last time, we continued to go through pretty much the tutorial section of the game, and we have finally gotten some form of free access. So now we can spend our days and nights however we wish. In this episode, we are going to, well, do what we've been doing and showing off the other things that have been new or changed. So, what exactly are we going to be doing this evening? Well, one thing we're going to be doing is cleaning off the various areas here in our room.
Oh.
It's a good idea to try to get this done sooner rather than later, so let's go ahead and clean up the room.
Oh. Nice. Okay. That's incredible.
And so we actually get a book for cleaning up this room. Two books, in fact. I'm pretty sure the Yoncho Walker was one that we've gotten before in the original game. But I'm pretty sure that law book wasn't.
Yeah.
And so this is where you get your TV. Granted, it's a weird change since in the original you bought the TV and got the DVD player for free, whereas now you have the TV and you buy the DVD player. So, I don't know, it's a weird way of doing it, but
Well then.
Just a minor little change that's different. And the day moves on to Tuesday.
Let's get started. Try to answer this.
Yes? Which line seems longer? Well, Well, it's simple. They're the same length.
This is it. You do know.
Nice going.
So, well, I'm not entirely sure if that was super different, but even if some questions are the same, we'll still be showing every single question in class. So, don't worry about that.
I see.
Huh. Oh. I mean, I'm still in the classroom. I haven't decided yet.
Wow.
Okay, so nothing really much different there.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. And potentially going to the palace with On. So anyway,
Really?
there are a few things that are a bit different that we can show off today. Well, the first thing I can do, and I hope I can actually do this. I did buy the DVD player, but I might need to interact with my TV in order to actually get it set up. I guess I can enter it. Cool.
Perfect.
So, DVD rentals are very different in Royal. In the original game, you would rent out a DVD, and then you would have a certain amount of time to watch the DVD and return it. If you couldn't return it in time, then you would get a late fee that you would have to pay. But in Royal, that is completely gone. Instead, you pay a one-time membership fee, and with it, you can rent any DVD you want. Granted, it's only one at a time, but still, you can rent any DVD you want and keep it for as long as you need it. This helps out significantly since you don't need to worry about any sort of plot elements kind of getting in the way of returning your DVDs. And since we actually do have a lot more time that we can spend in the evenings in general, DVDs are actually quite useful this time around. You'll remember in the original game, I never used the DVDs. DVDs were there, but you could get through the game without really needing it. They were kind of a hassle to use, they weren't really necessary to use. But now, since there is a lot more time you can spend just in the evenings, I'll get into why that is at a later point, but we will have more time to spend in the evenings, and DVDs make getting stat boosts that much better. So yes, we're going to get a DVD rental service. Or should I say membership?
Hey, hey!
Shut up.
Welcome.
Okay, so there are plenty of DVDs for us to watch, and more will be added throughout the year. Now, the DVDs, kind of similar to the movies, are pretty much spoofs of actual TV shows. So we have Bubbly Hills 90210, Wraith, Guy McVer, and the X-Folders. I'm gonna try my best to actually show off all the DVDs because they're similar to the movies. There's also dialogue, like unique dialogue and music that kind of references other Atlas properties. In addition, I'll try to show off some more of the movies since we don't necessarily need to spend our time getting stat boosts because, you know, New Game Plus. So we'll start off by renting the X-Folders. Okay, so with that taken care of, the next thing that we're going to be doing is heading... Actually, we can just access this from here. We're going to be spending some time with Ryuji today. Of course, raising confidants is the same as it always is, so not going to be that big of a deal. But regular confidants are pretty much the same. So while we will be hanging out with Ryuji, we're going to skip over his confidant. So I'll meet you guys once it's over. So, something to note is that even if various things are the same with confidant rewards, there are some subtle differences. So, for reaching rank 2, we get Punk Talk. And Punk Talk functions a bit differently. In fact, all of the talk skills function differently. Because all the talk skills work under specific circumstances. And it typically works whenever the actual negotiation falls through. So it's not a matter of you get a wrong response and then someone will chip in to say, hey, watch it. But specifically when the negotiation fails. In Ryuji's case, for Punk Talk, if Ryuji's in your party and you fail a negotiation with an upbeat shadow, you can try again with the negotiation. So with Ryuji, it's a specific type of shadow. And it varies from character to character. Some depend on the shadow's type, as in, like, is it male or female? Sometimes it depends on how many enemies there are. Every person's talk skill is different. They function the same in which they allow you to re-trigger negotiation, but the triggers for all of them are different. You'll also notice that Punk Talk is number 2, not Baton Pass. Baton Pass changes significantly within Royal. I'll talk about Baton Pass in a lot more detail once we're back in Kamoshida's castle. But Baton Pass was greatly changed and greatly buffed, if I'm being completely honest.
All right.
So, like I said, we'll get into Baton Pass a lot more once we're in Kamoshida's palace, but do keep in mind that various things have been moved around quite a bit. You may have also noticed that with On's Confidant how, well actually we skipped over that, but there wasn't an actual reward for reaching rank 1 with On, whereas before that would be the automatic Baton Pass. So again, differences with how Baton Pass is handled in this game. But, go into more details later. Oh. Nope, my legs are fine, dude. So this is something that is very different. I may mention this before with Takemi, but at the end of a lot of confidants, you'll get this little post scene where a confidant will call you on the phone and there's always a type of response. And you can get some extra confidant points if you pick the particular right response. It's an extension of the confidant rank. This one in particular, doesn't matter which one you pick, but for the most part, they do matter. Like I said, this happens for most rank ups, and while we did have something to talk about with Ryuji's changes with his confidant ability, I'll put at the top of the screen from now on what confidant and what rank that the particular post scene is about. So that way you guys know exactly where this takes place within a specific person's confidant, since, like I mentioned before, we're skipping over most of them because they're pretty much the same as they've always been, except for the brand new confidants, but we'll get into those when we get to those. Well, don't work yourself to exhaustion, Ryuji. Are your legs okay? Oh, right. Track. True. It's always better to exercise with someone else. Alright, see ya.
Hey.
Got it. Who needs studying when you've got New Game Plus? Anyway, so what exactly are we going to be doing this evening? Well, there's quite a few things that we could potentially do, but I think we could probably kind of show off the cleaning mechanic. And by that, I just mean the brand new activity that involves cleaning up LeBlanc. Although we're gonna have to talk to customers and make them go away. So, just like any other activity downstairs in LeBlanc, aside from talking to Sojiro, or the phone, you kind of have to talk to customers to get them to scram. And then you can do this. Actually, before we do that, one other thing that I should mention with the TV.
I've got a good idea.
I mean, I should be able to. So, yeah, you still have that option of just training in your room. I assume, yeah. My little things, my knickknacks did not carry over. I am sad. Anyway, one thing I should mention is the fact that another difference with your TV is that you can't actually use it to take a look at the news or anything. The CRTV no longer has cable.
Hey,
So, a bit unfortunate, because now we have to go downstairs to LeBlanc itself if we want to examine the TV, whereas before we could go to either TV, but whatever.
oh,
It's not like it was really all that big of a deal to head downstairs. We'll watch a DVD at another time, but for right now, let's go ahead and show off what cleaning does.
well then.
So yes, this will raise up your kindness a little bit, and it will give you some points, I think it's a point, towards Sojiro's confidant. Since we haven't actually started his confidant, I'm not sure if it'll actually show up with the little point, but we can still show it off.
Oh.
So yeah, doesn't show the point, but you do get one, trust me. I think rustic might be the better word for this.
That should do it for now.
So yeah, a minor point into kindness, but it is an activity you can do to raise up kindness. All right.
Hey!
And we have a sit on the train. So, again, there are going to be random times where we'll be able to read on the train. Don't really have a whole lot. There are the other books that we got back, or could get in Yongen Jaya. Not really much. The social thought will be able to increase knowledge. So, there's that. But reading really doesn't have too much use. There's not really much of a point in me reading any sort of books, aside from maybe showing off some new books. That's if I remember to write them down. Well, there's always the social thought, so let's go ahead and start reading this one. Sure they do.
Hey, hey.
About halfway. So, yeah, nothing really too different, I suppose, when it comes to that.
Ugh.
Good grief. I swear we'll be done with the little cameos in the background soon enough, but just wanted to show that. Okay, so we may as well pick those up while we're at it. So let's go ahead and head on over to the underground walkway. There really isn't a whole lot that's super different with the jobs.
Oh.
Jobs do the exact same thing that they've been doing in the previous game, and it's still the same ones that you had before. From here, there's 777, Raffalisa, and Orinobeko. Orinobeko we can't do yet because we don't have access to go out at night. There is something that is actually a little bit different with 777, though. You can see that it says gain charm from customer service. So before, 777 would only give you money. It didn't raise any sort of social stats. It was a basic job. You didn't need any sort of requirements. Didn't really do much. But now it will actually give you a little bit of charm whenever you work at 777. So it actually has a little bit more function than just getting money.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get these. Doesn't really matter because it's the same dialogue as before. And then
What
we
are your
can also
thoughts?
get the job at Raffalisa because we have max kindness. Or actually it's max charm because it gives us kindness.
Oh.
And Orinobeko we're gonna have to come back to later. So, now what exactly are we doing? Well, there's not really a whole lot that we can do. Really, there isn't. So instead, we are going to head on over to the hideout and infiltrate Kamoshida's palace.
Okay.
I hope you all understand that our time limit is May 2nd.
We basically just have to go to that castle and steal the treasure from Kamoshida, right?
But wait, what even is a treasure? I want to know that before we do anything.
A treasure is the physical form of the palace ruler's distorted desires. In other words, it's the core of the palace. Once we steal it, the palace will crumble. I think. Having said all that, even I don't know what Kamoshida's treasure is going to be.
And where can we find it?
There's no way of knowing that until we go in and find out. But if I had to guess, I'd say he has it locked up somewhere in the depths of the palace.
I think I get it now. We just gotta find the treasure, yeah?
Pretty much. There's just a lot we won't know until we go in. In any case, our objective is to find the treasure's location somewhere in the palace. Make sure we go about this with time to spare so we can avoid any unforeseen circumstances. I expect great things from you guys.
Okay, I just kind of realized there was something that I kind of wanted to get, but I forgot to get it. So, I'm just gonna exit, and we'll try to do something else today. I'm not entirely sure what to do today, though. That would at least be somewhat helpful. I guess I can show off the job at 777. Yeah, I can do that. So yeah, bit of a mistake on my part. I kind of would like to actually go into the palace, but instead,
It's really coming down.
let's go ahead and enter 777.
Hey!
So, yeah, just kind of went by it real quick, but functions exactly the same, but gives you charm this time.
Take your time.
There's actually not any special items
What do
going
you
on
wanna
right
do?
now. So, let's go ahead and head to work.
Are you?
Nice to meet you.
That's right. Well, I'll do my best.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Wow!
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I think so at least.
So,
I think it's next to the company logo?
Good work today.
All right, thank you.
Hey!
So, I guess this is another thing that is a bit different. In any day that ends in the number 7, you'll get a lot more customers. And if you manage to work through it well, you'll be able to get even more charm and some extra money. I'm not sure I've actually tried going into it with days that end in 7, so we'll see how that works. And with that, you actually get a little bit more charm than I expected. You get 2 points of charm.
Wanna head back?
Alright then. Got a little bit of money and a bit of charm that I really don't need. Oh. Yeah, it seems like everyone in school's talking about it. I mean, it is what it is. As long as Kamoshida has that change of heart, it really doesn't matter if anyone else knows that we did it.
Lady Ann's right. Don't think about unnecessary stuff right now. Just focus on changing Kamoshida's heart.
I know. And we can talk to Sojiro, but the thing that I wanted to do beforehand was head up into my room and examine the box.
Wow!
Because, just like before, this is where any sort of downloaded DLC comes into play. Now, I don't have any sort of new DLC, but I was able to download DLC that had all of the DLC in the original game. I might try to get some newer DLC so I can show that off as well. There's only a few pieces of paid DLC that really interest me at all, but we can go over some stuff that we weren't able to before because it required paying for it. And now I got it for free. So we have the Yasogami outfits, as well as team glasses, some Gekko-Con outfits, a costume for Teddy, costume for Aigis, the C's armband, costume for the Seven Sisters High, Trish costume, Kasuyogama High, the Seven Sisters emblem, Saint Hermelin High, another Trish costume, and Saint Hermelin badge, Karukosuka High, and Hazama, Arm PC, various dance wear, some bandanas, the Shadow Ops uniform, an evoker, samurai outfit, Burroughs costume, a gauntlet, Kuminozuki High outfit, a Godo costume, Oran High, Imperial uniform, Kuzunoa tubes, Vincent's outfit, Orlando's outfit, a Stray Sheep costume, Catherine's outfit, Johnny, Kay Catherine, Erica, Toby, Boss, a lamb pillow, as well as summer uniform, winter uniform, summer clothes, winter clothes, loungewear, swimsuits, butler suits, maid outfits, and Christmas outfits. Jeez, plus a crap ton of blank cards, which I apparently carried over because I had max blank cards. And then other benefits if we actually had Persona 5 data on the PS4. Which we don't, because I had it for the PS3, and this is Chaotica's profile, not my own. No, because we don't have that. There's also a crap ton of other stuff that we also have access to, but that's from the Velvet Room. So, yeah, lots of DLC. Even more so than what we had before. Okay, well, now that we've actually got the DLC, let's go ahead, spend some time with Boss, and then we'll skip on over to the next day. So, let's talk to Sojiro.
Yo. I owe you one.
I won't. I promise. I mean, it's the least I can do, right? I'm not planning anything. By the way, I should make note that any sort of rank 1 post scene also does not matter. So, going forward, be aware of that. You got it, boss.
I'm gonna head back then.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, I haven't decided on it yet, but let me think about it, and I'll contact you if I decide we're going in.
Oh.
Will do. I swear I won't have every single scene, but if there's a different character, I feel like I should show them at least once. Anyway, we could eventually spend time with Ryuji or Takabe, but we're actually kind of running low on time. So what we'll do is that we will spend this time and head on over to the rooftop, begin the palace exploration, but not actually head on into the palace.
Okay.
It's so wet out.
So we'll go ahead, infiltrate the palace, but kind of just stay outside and do the outro there.
Okay, let's go.
By discarding your old identity, you give way to a new one. Hence, we call that process execution. Think of it as the fusion of your personas. To start, select the first persona you wish to fuse.
So, fusions function identically to how they did before.
Now, before you select the second persona, allow me to tell you something greatly important. Do you remember how I mentioned forming bonds with confidants? Personas are the power of the heart. The stronger those bonds, the stronger your personas will be. In other words, the effects of your bonds on execution, or fusion, if you will, are quite substantial. When you fuse a persona that shares its arcana with one of your bonds, it will gain great power. This will be a guiding principle for your forays into fusion. Try not to forget it. Moreover, there is one thing I must warn you about. You cannot create a persona that surpasses your current level. This is because the resulting persona would be too powerful for you to handle effectively. Now then, check the fusion results and choose a persona that suits your stature.
So, do I not have
This
access
is the
to that?
form your new persona is expected to take after fusion. It's possible for them to inherit skills they normally wouldn't gain. These skills and specialties are distinct from one another. Skills are traits that can be passed along through fusion.
Nope. I know that I do have the ability thanks to receiving various benefits from previous confidants. Guess they don't allow me to do that yet. Cool. That means I have to get rid of Arsene.
You okay with this?
Great. Really don't want to have to get rid of Arsene, but I can easily buy him back.
Select the skills you'd
Not
like to
really
inherit.
that big of a deal.
It will receive a fraction of power.
So yeah, fusions function pretty much the same as they always did. There is a noticeable difference when it comes to personas in general, when it comes to Royal. But it does not unlock until we begin Madarame's palace. So there is something that's different, but we don't have access to it yet. So we're just going to go ahead and fuse Agathion. We can just skip on ahead to when we're done with this. There's not really anything new. So let's just get Agathion and get the heck out of here.
My.
Okay, so now we have access to the compendium. Oh. I guess they just immediately... They immediately give me my discount of the compendium. So I'm going to go ahead and get back what I need. And also, you can see that there's... I didn't quite get to 100% compendium completion, but you can also see DLC personas! So yeah, because I was able to get all of the DLC from the previous game for free, in addition to all of the different outfits based on different series, it also included various personas based on those same DLCs. So for instance,
Is
we
this
have
what you want?
Izanagi. We have
This
Orpheus. If we go down quite a bit, we can find eventually Asteris, which we've never actually seen on the channel,
This persona?
but is a persona from the Arena games. Ariane, which
Is this what you want?
I'm trying to remember where Ariane comes from. I want to say it's from... No, I think that's also Arena. I was thinking, is that Golden? But no, I think I'm thinking of Kaguya. We have Thanatos. There's a few others. Magatsu Izanagi. There's Kaguya.
Is this
So yeah,
what you want?
Kaguya was what I was thinking of from Golden. But also
this what you
Tsukuyomi from Arena. We also have Messiah
This persona?
as well. And if we go all the way, wait, what? Huh. Well, that's interesting. I thought I could also get, Izanagi no Okami. That's weird. I thought I had access to Izanagi no Okami. There's Magatsu Izanagi, Tsukuyomi, Kaguya, Messiah. Weird. I thought for sure that I had... Huh. Interesting. But there's also, while I'm thinking about it, all of these other DLC personas,
This
while
persona?
having their original forms, also have Picaro forms. These are stronger versions of these personas, but kind of given a more Arsene aesthetic. So you can see that Messiah is normally just all white with Thanatos' coffins, whereas Picaro has red, black, and gold. If we go to, let's say, the original personas, like Orpheus and Izanagi.
Is this what you want?
Orpheus looks pretty much like you'd expect him to do. Orpheus Picaro, black and red.
Is this what you
Izanagi,
want?
pretty much how you expect him. Izanagi Picaro, a lot more red and a lot less gold, or gray. Well, still plenty of gray, but you get the point. The Picaro forms are stronger versions of these personas, but like I said, kind of given an Arsene type of aesthetic. So these are just available from the start, as long as you have the DLC. And you can... It says 0 yen. I believe that's only for the first time you bring these personas out from the compendium. Then you'll have to pay for them. But if you go by levels, you could, in theory,
Is
have
this what you
Messiah
want?
Picaro, which is just kind of insane. Granted, you also need to be wary of all the different skills, but you also have all of those stats as well. So, yeah. Kind of broken. Kind of broken if you want to actually have these sorts of things. You'll also notice that there's any number of different types of personas. You might see names and even different arcana that are quite a bit different than what we've seen before. There are plenty of brand new personas that the game introduces, and new arcanas to supplement the new confidants. we won't really spend too much time on these, and I'm also going to try my best to avoid getting super powerful personas. As much fun as it would be to just have, say, Messiah Picaro, or even
Is this
just
what you
having
want?
something like, say, Orpheus, or Orpheus Picaro. I do kind of still want to keep my personas relatively close to where I should be relative to the game. So, for example,
This
I'll go
persona?
ahead and buy back
You will serve this
Arsene,
persona. This is your power.
because I would normally have Arsene for this point in the game. Not necessarily a level 8 Arsene, but still. There is a lot for us to potentially cover when it comes to different personas, and I may use some of the DLC ones once we actually get to the levels where the personas are initially, just so I can maybe show them off.
Are you finished?
What?
But for the time being, we're gonna go ahead and head on
No
back.
slacking off.
So, where do we start?
Let's head to the safe room we found last time. It's in the first floor of the west building. It's pretty close to our usual entrance. It should be a pretty decent starting point.
Safe room?
It'll make sense when you see it. Well, let's head out.
So, yes, quick travel functions exactly the same as it did before. And then the Thieves Guild, which also functions exactly how it did before. Honestly, though, I was never taken hostage during my playthrough originally, so I wonder if we'll actually show that this time around. Anyway, well, hey, Justine. Just suddenly appearing out of the ether. Anyway, with all that said and done, I think now is a good time to call it a day. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. Well, we've gone over quite a bit that's new, but now it's time we actually head on over to see what is new with combat, as well as the various palace exploration, and specifically Kamoshida's palace. There is a lot that we will need to go over in terms of accessories, brand new costumes, and then just the general palace exploration is also going to be quite interesting to go through. Because there's brand new stuff even with the palace itself. So it's gonna be quite packed, but hopefully we'll be able to get through all of the new stuff and get through hopefully the entirety of Kamoshida's palace. But we'll see how far we get. So until next time, everyone, take care.